Today I want to talk a little bit about icebergs. An iceberg order is an order where there's a lot of hidden limit orders just waiting to absorb executions that are hitting against that price level. And an iceberg order can be significant because you might have a very large player sitting on a particular price level, but they don't show up in the book. And so when price tries to fall below that particular level or up above that particular level, the iceberg just absorbs all of the buying or selling that's taking place right then and there. Now, Pete, in one of his presentations, said something very profound, which is that an iceberg order, at least in his experience, iceberg orders can't stop the train from pushing one direction or another, but it can stop a pullback. So in other words, when the price is moving up and then you get like a pullback and you're looking for a continuation of the prior move, then an iceberg can be significant. If the price is just shooting up and you see some icebergs show up, they're probably not going to stop that momentum in their tracks. So I'm going to show in a couple examples of both that happened today on CL, which was really interesting. And we're going to start off by showing the setup here. As you can see, I've got basically a second entry long around the area of my trend line. Now, I actually did enter on that second entry long. I exited because the order flow made me a little bit nervous. And then when I saw this other bar start to form, I decided to get back in. So let's take a look and see how this looks. So, again, normal order flow stuff. Take a look at the strength meter, and take a look at the order book. Look and see what players come in here. We're about to get filled here. Okay, so we get filled on our late second entry long, and of course, what I'm looking for is strength, which you've got it in the strength meter. The strength meter was pretty close of a margin, together. And you can see how the strength meter is just very bullish at this point. Big move up. Now all the buyers come in. Look at that. Huge numbers of buyers coming in here. Boom, boom, boom. Big block buyers. Strength meter, twice as many buys as sells. And I've been fiddling around with Jigsaw tools, and what's cool about them is that you can have these little alerts come up and plot the iceberg orders that take place on your chart. So a lot of these little up and down arrows on my chart, those are icebergs that have occurred. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see an iceberg take place. But just keep an eye on all this. Look at all the big orders that are coming through. Still very, very strong. Which, incidentally, from a trade perspective, this is one of those trades where it would have been better for me to raise my take profit, look to see if the strength comes through, and when I saw those big first block trades, just increase my target. This is a great use of order flow. So rather than take out my normal 10 ticks of profit, I could have moved that up and just monitored the order flow as we went. This is also double time, so trying to speed things up a little bit here in the video as well. And again, another block, and there's an iceberg. So the sellers are going to attempt to turn the market here, but what we're actually going to see, you see them, they're actually going to fail. So they're going to cause the market to pause a little bit, and then you're going to see the market just keep cranking right through it. There it goes. So a really good example of how an iceberg will show up, but you got to read the iceberg in context of everything else that's going on. And right now, 5,000 executions versus 2,800, 5,000 buys versus 2,800 sells. It's almost twice as many buys as sells in this run up. So very, very strong move up. An iceberg order doesn't do anything here. So this next trade example can show how looking for icebergs and pullbacks can be to your advantage. So in this example, if you look at the price action, we've had basically a first entry long, and then we have it came down, and now it looks like we're setting up a second entry long. And what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in here in a second. We're going to look closely at the order book, and I'm going to show you how an iceberg order shows up in the order book. It's not something that I can catch in real time. That's why the plotting of the iceberg orders is fantastic. You'll see it go by really fast, and I'll try to pause it as well. So let's see if we can catch this real quick here. Again, second entry long setting up. And now if you look here in the order book, we caught it just right that we had 115 market sell orders hit against this bid price of $98.43 when there were 12 resting on the book. Now that would normally cause price to drop down, but there were 97 orders added instantly. Just as soon as that 115 hit, those 97 orders were added instantly. That is an iceberg order. There was someone that was just waiting there with hidden orders waiting for that price to hit. So now we bring this back up, we take a look, and of course there it plotted our iceberg order. So now what I'm interested in doing, I'm interested in getting into this second entry long based on this, because I've got 3 iceberg orders in a row that hit at that level, and what I want to see is I want to see some strength, and I want to see my price jump past this area for my buy stop, and there it goes. I'm in. I still see pretty good price, pretty good order flow. I'll speed this up a little bit more. And you can see it's the normal. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit in the trade. It's the normal trade stuff. Price came down below the EMA, so it had to work itself back up. And what you're going to see the rest of this trade is you're going to see it continue to go. The end result of this is I got out early, I think with 7 or 8 ticks, a little bit nervous of the order flow and the price action, but it kept going. It went all the way up to probably 20 or 30 ticks. So again, a really perfect example though of when Pete says that an iceberg can pause and reverse a pullback, but not a trade that's in momentum. And this is a really, really perfect example of that. And lovely to have the markers on the chart as well to show me where the iceberg orders hit. It's perfect.